Okay, so this is going to be a demonstration on the final hand drawing that we'll do. And again, we're doing several different hand drawings just because, we need to just practice drawing the hands. And just like I mentioned earlier before, proportions is probably the most, if not the yeah, is going to be the most important thing to keep in mind of. It's really easy to always improve on the details, like for example, like the details on the nails or wrinkles or how the hand is shaded. But obviously, if you don't have the proportions correctly, so just making sure like the fingers look the right size, the palm is the right size, everything is the correct shapes. These things don't look correct in the beginning though. It's not going to look like a hand. No matter how detailed you go with the shading or add the little details on like the wrinkles, the nails, and all those things, it still won't look like a hand. At some point I'm going to show you some examples of, some hand drawings where the details look nice but the proportions are off. Okay, so for the third hand drawing, so I didn't want you to continue on the same sheet. You did one hand on the open palm, you did one on the other side is the open palm. You do this one's on this way, one that way, and then on the back side, I want you to do a third hand drawing. Okay, so the third one could be anything that you want. I'm actually going to do it on this smaller sheet of paper, just because I want to hang this up on the front. But the third hand could be like any kind of hand you want. My suggestion though is just so you have a variety of different angles of the hands is possibly do it from like maybe like the side view, and just kind of play around with like the angles of the hands. So some of the angles that you choose to do, like for example, if I do like this angle here, if I do like this hand here, I know there's some cases where I don't need to like actually draw all of the fingers. Okay, so kind of play around with this, see what you want to do, challenge yourself, but do a hand that's a little different than like this palm and this side here. So I'm actually going to do it from like the side view, and I'm just going to work on that drawing here. So I'm just going to set it up right here. So interesting about like the palm shape here. So remember we said the palm was a square rectangle. Now it's being curved on like a certain angle here. So your palm's going to look more like this type of shape here. So just going to draw the palm first, and it's going to curve out this way here. So this is how the shape of the palm is going to look like. It's going to look like like that sheet of paper that we talked about. This is like your palm here. Now the palm's looking more like it's being like slanted this way, like as like the sheet of paper. So it's looking kind of like that. So I'm just going to continue with that. So just going to curve it this way, and I'm going to draw a little bit darker so you guys can see. I'm going to angle it more that way. So you want to just make sure they capture like that palm shape perfectly. Okay, so once you got like a good idea of like how the palm shape's gonna look, then you're gonna draw the oval for the finger's gonna be. So I'm gonna draw an oval here, and then my thumb again is gonna be broken up into rectangles. So it's gonna be one rectangle here, and again I'm looking at what I'm drawing again, looking at it very carefully. That's gonna be one up here. Yeah, depending on how you angle the hand, sometimes you can change up, and some things will be a little bit easier. So, for example, like the fingers right here, I'm gonna do the same thing here. It's gonna be one of my fingers. It's gonna go up this way. A little too long, and this finger is gonna go this way. It's gonna make the same rectangle here. Okay, and then this is gonna bend downward this way. Yeah, it's gonna look kind of like a robot at first, but we're gonna change it, refine it. Right now we're just getting like the proportions of the hands. Okay, so then the next finger is gonna actually be curved a little bit more to the side. So this is actually gonna go behind part of the other finger. Okay, so depending on how you angle the hand, the fingers, you can't really change up how the hand looks. So now that this hand's behind this finger here, or this finger's behind that finger there, this is going to go behind it. So I'm going to draw part of the finger there. This is going to go down this way. And again, it's going to look a little bit different than what you guys see just because of the angle that I'm looking at. And then same thing for like the other fingers. I'm not gonna see like the other fingers, so I'm just gonna draw what I see here though. But you know, I do see part of like the knuckles here, and the same thing with the other knuckle here. And I'm just gonna draw the rest of my wrist here. Okay, and do make sure to, you know, look at the wrist. Some of you guys did make the wrist a little bit smaller than what it should be. All right. Well, you know, I just got the general shapes here, and I just want to capture this other finger that's over here, that's behind the hand. All right, but once you've, you know, laid down your general shapes, so I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more. This is how it should look. You're done. Okay, you know, after this point though, this is where you're gonna start to, you know, look at the hand and add those details. So, you know, I'm gonna draw darker with the pencil. This thumb's actually, you know, foreshortened, so you know, this part's actually, you know, coming out at you a little bit. And then the nail is gonna actually curve around this way. It's gonna look like this though. And again, I'm just drawing what I see though in the and on my hand. Again, also you can also at this point now you can also erase, you know, these lines that you've made currently. You know, these lines are just here to help you with just guiding you where things are. So, and then I'm just gonna add the wrinkles here. Let's adjust the wrinkles. And this gave me the other part of my finger here. It's gonna wrap around here. So I'm actually seeing part of like the side of the finger at this point. So that's the reason why your nails, or my nails, at like a certain angle like this. I only see like a little part of the nail, not like the whole thing on like this side. So you know, these things do change up. So that's why it's real important to draw what you see. Okay, when you draw what you see though, that's gonna be what's going to make that hand look accurate. And I'm gonna erase these lines now because I don't really need them. And you know, just like the other hand that we worked on before, you know, you know, when you change like the angle of the hands, it should be a lot easier to draw those hands. Whereas the first hand that we drew was more challenging because, you know, we were more concerned about proportions with those hands. I made this nail a little bit too long. Yeah, you get the idea though. You know, just take your time with the hand drawings. You know, I've been doing this for many years, drawing hands. So, you know, this is like very second nature to me. Alright, but, you know, I'm just erasing some lines though. And, yeah, this is how the hand drawing should look. Alright.